Hi guys, it's me, Rip Chip. I have not done a recorded video or uploaded even anything to YouTube in God, I don't even know how long, other than like highlights and old stream VODs. But as far as just recording an actual video and talking, I have no idea how long it's been. And honestly, God, I look fucking I look like shit right now. But that's not that important. Hi, it's me. I wanted to do a kind of unscripted impromptu video, just kind of talking about and giving some updates on some stuff, mainly regarding things on Twitter and like Discord from a few months ago, clearing the air on that, and just some other general life things. So for those of you that might not be familiar with it, maybe you're subscribed for other reasons, maybe you're not on my stream, or maybe you're not on my Discord or whatever. I want to say a few months ago, I can't remember exactly how long, I made a tweet and an update on Discord that effectively kind of said I was more or less just outright done doing speedrun stuff, and that I was planning on nuking my Discord server and a bunch of other shit, but the gist of it was that I was like basically saying that I was done. And I feel like before I go any further on that, I should explain kind of the circumstances that led to that exact moment happening. So, more or less, here's what happened. I had just started doing runs of the remaster of Rise of the Triad because I was very excited for that, because anyone that's known me for an extended period of time knows that the original is like it's like one of my speedrun like projects I've been doing for on and off for years. I came up with the original routing for it. I did a lot of cool stuff with it. Obviously other people came in and optimized it even further, and that's super cool. But like that game was like my baby. And so of course, when the remaster came out, I was like, all right, I have to get on that. I have to give it a try. Got to do runs for it. I didn't really have time to stream it, so I was doing attempts to try and just like get a run done, maybe get something close to my old PB, maybe get something even better. And I kept running into an issue where more or less I was not able to finish runs. I was forgetting stuff. I was losing time to things that realistically I wouldn't have normally lost time to. And it was getting stressful and so incredibly frustrating, and it kind of culminated all the like collective stress I have whenever I do runs of any sort, kind of hitting me all at once, because it's like, what the fuck, what is the point of doing this? Why am I getting stressed over this? Like, I can't clearly do a run. I can't. And that kind of made me just stop what I was doing, take a moment to myself, and then I just kind of had a collective moment where I was like, all right, I'm done. I'm done with this shit. And it was like I said, it was kind of a blend of all that stress from like the past and just being pushed at me at one moment, and I was pretty much set on being done forever and focusing on doing my current other like streaming project, which I haven't even done that much, but we're gonna get into that. And I kind of like was at the point where I felt like I needed to remove myself from it as a whole, the speedrunning side. That's why I had originally planned on nuking the Discord, because I wanted to separate myself from that. And it was a lot of just depression, stress, and stuff, like I said earlier, that kind of led to me acting like that and saying that. And I didn't want to immediately do it without notice, so I had posted saying, hey, in 2 weeks, I am planning on nuking the Discord, but there were some things I wanted to do before I did that, like share some, stuff from the old Twitch bot that I used to use, so if people were curious about it, they could. I never got around to that, and more or less it went from being 2 weeks, and it's still there right now. I don't know. I have had time since then, and I'm like, you know what, that was just me acting out and kind of being stupid. I don't really want to completely do that, because despite all that, like, with all the, content creation I've done, I've been streaming on Twitch for like 10 years at this point, on and off, and I had built an incredible community of viewers and people to interact with over time, even if it's not like consistent on one platform. Even when I go on to stream, when I was doing it, like coming back to it for a bit, it was incredible to see the amount of support I got from people from a long time ago. And on top of that, everyone had said nice things and were, excited to see me do stuff no matter what it was, and that was super cool. But beyond that, like, just to go ahead and get it out of the way, I'm not going to nuke the Discord. I'm sorry if I worried anybody or if people were like, if I worried anybody doing that, if people really thought I'm going to actually do it, I'm probably not going to do that. Don't worry about that. Sorry for blowing that up and making it seem like it was a big deal. Beyond that, it was another thing, because I'd been thinking about it for a while. More or less, I don't realistically think I'm done as a speedrunner. I think a lot of it, and this is after sitting down and having time, comes down to time. And that's really the biggest factor as to why I got stressed, because I legitimately was going in doing runs without really having time to practice or like study strats, iron out consistency. The fundamental fucking things you need as a speedrunner, and I've done over the years. I just don't have time for that. And to go off on that and talk about another section about updating is just the fact that the reason I don't have time is because right now I am kind of in between working 2 jobs at the same time. And I am effectively like working 60 plus hours each week. Obviously, that does not give you a lot of lenience or ability to do fucking anything. But more or less, like, if I've posted about it on Twitter, if you haven't seen what it was like and stuff like that, you'll understand like what I do. But effectively, I have a full-time job and I'm doing like rideshare stuff on the side, which was more or less, I was doing that for full-time for a while, and it was great at first, and then it kind of dropped off and got a lot harder to successfully do, and that put me in some really bad like financial situations that I am still recovering from, and is biggest the one of the biggest reasons why I'm having to work so much. And a lot of it just has to do with working enough so that I can obviously reduce some of the debt and trouble that I'm dealing with, as well as, the thing is with my ride sharing, and people can tell me I'm stupid for this, it's a bad investment. I thought about honestly saying, just keeping it vague and being like, oh, I made a bad investment and kind of bouncing from that, but I didn't want people to think I got involved in like fucking crypto or something, which I didn't. You don't have to worry about that. More or less, I basically rent a car to do business, and the car obviously has some perks of not having to worry about maintenance, having unlimited miles, so I can use it to get from places other than just doing the business. Which, more or less, if you remember from a couple, like maybe a year or so ago, my old car basically shit the bed, and I couldn't really do anything about that. The repair costs on it were way more than I thought they were going to be. So more or less, I ended up having to essentially sell it off for like fucking nothing. So more or less, all this extra work is just so that I can keep a functional car, so I can at least just do stuff, so I can get to my job, because my job's not super close, but it's not far, but it's like it's a distant drive. So it's stupid, but I am unfortunately kind of stuck in a position where I kind of have to do it, and it's hard to manage that and still like walk away with money, like profit outside of that. That's the whole reason I got another job, was just because I needed consistent income again. And beyond that, that's just because of that, I hardly have any time. Like, there will be days where I have to do driving, and then go to work for 8 hours. So I'm effectively spending, 10 to 12 hours of my day just working. And then I don't even have like days off. Like legitimately, I have not had a genuine day off in probably over a month and a half. I am literally forcing myself to take a day off this weekend because I have things lined up so that I can do that, but more or less just because I absolutely need it. Because it's been like wearing me down, especially with the holidays rolling around. Things get busy around this time of year. But yeah, because of that, I don't really have enough time to do a lot of activities, let alone, practicing speed runs or doing other shit, or even just doing basic content creation, casually streaming. I hardly have any, if any at all, time to do that. And if I do that kind of thing, it usually requires, sacrificing time. Do I sleep less or whatever? It's stupid. But anyway, the thing is, like I said, I really do want to kind of dabble back into what I was doing. Not just doing casual content creation, but even going back into speedrunning, because there's things I want to accomplish, games I want to run, and old games I want to get better at, and even maybe one or two things I want to pick up and like do streams, do challenges for. It's just, I don't have time to do it. I want to eventually get to the point where I can. I'm still fighting a very uphill battle to make that happen, but as of right now, that's kind of more or less the reason why I've been kind of absent from, everything. But, I'm holding on. I'm trying my best to do what I can, I am grateful for a lot of things, like when I was having financial issues, like the peak of it, when I had to unfortunately basically ask for help from people, was awful. I hated having to do that, and even besides that, there were a ton of people that reached out and were able to help me effectively just not lose everything, and I am eternally grateful to the people who did do that, because I would not be probably making this video if this wasn't the case. But again, there's still a lot of catching up I have to do and stuff like that. So more or less, I want to do stuff, whether it be on my secondary channel or like going back to just doing it on the primary, Rip Chip Twitch channel. But I really do want to get back into the world of like doing speedruns and stuff. I'm planning on going to AGDQ this year with my girlfriend, because I've said, I've wanted to go to one for a while, and I've wanted to take her to one because it's a great experience, and frankly, I miss a lot of people from the community. I haven't seen them in a long time. I haven't been to a GDQ since 2020, when AGDQ 2020 happened. Then obviously the pandemic struck and kind of put a dent in everything. So the fact of the matter is, I haven't seen a lot of these people for a long time, and I miss them. And it would just be, fun, more or less. But all I can do is just, ride it out and see what I can do. More or less just, like I said, this is unscripted. I'm just kind of going off of thoughts here. But I'm busy. I am thankful for the community I have. Don't worry, I'm not just going to outright nuke everything like I said. I appreciate every single person who has come into my life and made the things I've done in the past really, really good. And a lot of the people I've met have been incredible. But, there is the possibility that things will come back. I'll start doing stuff again, because it's not out of a cry for attention. It's legitimately that I miss it, and I don't know. Words are hard to formulate right now. More or less, though, when that time comes, or if it even does come anytime soon, all I can ask for people who are a part of the community, maybe watching this and wondering, it's I might sound petty, or maybe even like, anything like that when I say this, but like if I do come back here and start doing this stuff, I want to. I really do. But, all I ask is for support. I'm not asking for money. I'm not asking for you guys to, throw donations or subs or anything like that. I'm just asking for support, people to watch, help, retweet out or anything like that, just to help, because I again, I sound petty when I say this, and I'm sorry if I do, but if I'm going to go ahead and do this thing that I want to do, it's unfortunately at this point where I need to know that I'm doing it for a good reason. I want to make sure if people are interested, I can do it, or I will do it. Because if I'm doing it and the people who were interested in the past or people who might be interested aren't, then it's like, what is the point of me doing it other than for myself? I mean, I can always just do speedruns on the side, offline, do attempts like that, and I probably still will, because obviously I have to, if I'm going to do this kind of stuff, I have to practice. But, all I ask is for, continued support and people to, if they are truly interested in this kind of stuff, I would love to see you there when it happens. I don't know if this is going to happen anytime soon or not, but when that time comes, I appreciate everyone who can be there or can do anything, really. That's kind of just the gist of it. I don't really think I have anything else to mention at the moment. Obviously, I'm trying to get other aspects of my life together. Like I said, I look like shit. Between stress and just being tired all the time, my health has kind of declined a little bit. I've gained weight and shit like that. But I'm hoping to take steps to fix that as well when I can. But anyways, if anyone did watch this and listen, if anyone's curious, I appreciate it. Look forward to hopefully, a better future, more stuff to come. And again, I said it so many times at this point, to anyone who has helped out in the past or people who have been fans of my stuff that I do or have just been active part of communities in the past, present, whatever, thank you. I do appreciate you a whole lot, because it's something I never thought I'd ever say I'd have the pleasure of having. So keep an eye out for that. I'm going to make sure to leave links for, both streams just in case, whatever I decide to go with. Follow me on Twitter. Join the Discord if you want to. But yeah, thank you guys for listening if you did. I hope to see all of you very soon, and hopefully things will, move in a better direction and I can start doing the stuff that I'm genuinely interested in doing, in the near future. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and for anyone who does celebrate, happy holidays.